Welcome to the daily Jerry Anderson podcast, where the presenter is not afraid to join in the tributes to the late Frank Carson. There used to be a whole after hours scene in the Europa Hotel, particularly when May was doing the pantomime, as he still does. And Frank, if he was in town, Frank would be there, because the Europa Hotel is the most wonderful place after 11 o'clock, because they allow anybody in. Do you know what I mean? It's, you might be sitting there with the captain of industry, and he's sitting talking to a bin man. And of course, Frank's father was a bin man. You know, you get that. There's completely classless. And people there, and if you know the right people, you can sit there and drink. Do you know what I mean? And there's no real kind of thing like, it's time to go. None of that. Anyway, these sessions would develop, and May McFetridge would be there, and Frank would come in. And whenever Frank would come in, I used to see, I'm going to call him May, just for the benefit of May, because you call him John, people don't know. John Lenihan, May. But May's eyes used to light up, because May knew there was a contest going to start. So when Frank would sit there, and then the two of them would try and outdo one another. And it was wonderful to watch. And you could just sit back and just listen to it, because they're just trying to outsmart each other and outtell jokes. And not just, they weren't firing jokes, it was just banter. An amazingly high-quality banter.
You'd be afraid in that company,
I would never open my mouth.
You'd be afraid to speak? Absolutely.
I would never. I should just sit there and I'd say...
just wipe the floor with you?
I'll just have an... Imagine... Right. And then... But what would happen then would be, somebody would come over who didn't know the score, and they'd say, "Did you hear this one?"
Oh,
and they'd just look at him, you know? And the fella, if he didn't know any better, he would continue on. And he would tell the joke, and there's always a silence. And then they just continue to talk to you.
It's funny. I never feel comfortable, and I mean this in a complimentary way. I don't mean this in a bad way. I never feel company in May McFetridge's company. Simply because you're afraid you say the wrong thing, bang, he's in there. That's all. You're watching, you think, will I say this? No. And you think twice about saying something. Will I say it? No, I won't say it. Will I say it? And I can never be myself in his company.
That's right, but the time, because he's so sharp.
He is.
He's so sharp, you see, just pick up any small thing and you say there's anything wrong with it at all, anything weird about it, just he hammers on it. Hammers on it. But you see, Frank wasn't like that.
No, Frank wasn't like that.
He wasn't like that, but he would just continue to batter on. You see, and
Frank would tell you joke after joke after joke.
Two of them together.
You get tired laughing after a while.
But I was saying to the fat boy there, I used to be very fascinated by Frank's Italian background. I used to often talk to him about it, and he was very good about it. You know, he used to get quite serious when he talked about that. You know, because he was well aware, you know, that he's got this kind of Sicilian blood, you know, and he was a great hybrid, kind of, you know, Northern Irish Sicilian. You know, what a great combination. And that was kind of, you know, that's what made him different. And the first time I ever met him, when I was 14, because as people in Londonderry know, he was well known here long before he was well known anywhere else.
That's where his career started, really, wasn't it?
Exactly, because Bishop Daly, of course, who's well known as that. Remember that iconic photograph of the hanging?
Yes.
If everybody knows who Bishop Daly was, well, he spotted his talent early. So Bishop Daly used to run these series of concerts in a venue here called St. Colum's Hall. And they were high quality, and used to get all the big names like Jim Reeves and people like that. Used to get big names along, and it used to be a Sunday night concert, and it was respected all over the whole country. And he needed a compere, so it was Frank. So he got Frank. And Frank used to always do this, and he stepped on from there. Then he did pantomime, and then he just worked on. He spent years and years up here. Mention of Derry / Londonderry's place in the career of Mr. Carson brings back an encounter the presenter himself had with the great man. It did nothing for either career.
The person who topped the bill on the Sunday night in the London Palladium played the following Sunday in St. Colum's Hall. And that was the deal.
That's right.
That's a fact. So that's the sort of people Frank was brushing shoulders with then.
Well, you see, he never forgot that. And he kept that going even when he was actually appearing in the London Palladium. He would keep an eye out for who would be good for St. Colum's Hall in Derry / Londonderry, which would be not a thing that many people would do. You'd be thinking about yourself. So he was thinking about, you know, Bishop Daly or Father Daly at that time. Who would he like? I think he might like Roy Orbison. Roy, that's it. Off you go. Anyway, I appeared at one of those concerts as a member of a band called the Satchmo Trio. Did I ever tell you about this?
Yeah, but tell it because it's important.
The Satchmo Trio was a trumpet player, a piano player, and a guitar player. And the guitar player was me. And it was the first time I had ever appeared in any kind of stage. I was like 15, I think. I may have been 16 now. I think I was 15. So we rehearsed 2 numbers. And I would just play the chorus, and we would play, you know, the Saints or something like that. And then after we played the 2 songs, I was my legs were shaking. I was so incredibly nervous. So we went off the stage after we played the first 2 numbers, and then we got an encore. People were clapping, more. You see, it's because they probably felt sorry about it. So the other 2 guys said, "Oh, maybe good." I said, "I can't go on. I don't know any more songs. I said, come on, stand there anyway. And I couldn't do it. I didn't realise that it didn't matter if you knew anything or not. So the other 2 went on, the piano player and the trumpet player, and they did another song, and I didn't go on. And I stood there, you see, and Frank was standing beside me. He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I don't know any more songs." He says, "That's okay." And then in the middle of the song, he just grabbed my ear and he dragged me on the stage. He says, "I found him in the toilet." Talk continues on the Carson Trail. The presenter and Mr. Coyle having put in their hours with the great man. And talking of great men, I should warn you that there are traces of Geordie Tuft in the air this morning. Were you with me one day when we were with Frank at the Moyola Golf Club?
Yes.
You were there, weren't you?
Yes.
I wasn't sure. I can't remember you there.
I ended up sleeping with him.
Well, that's another story.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you remember when we were going there in the car?
Yes.
Do you remember what he did?
Yes, he fell asleep. And then
Do you remember what he did?
Yes.
What did he do?
He fell asleep. He was talking, of course. And in the middle of his chat, he went to sleep and he dozed off, and there was silence in the car, and it was great. And then Frank woke up and he was passing this sort of bombed out or...
No, it was an archaeological ruin. It was an old castle.
It was an old building on, and he shouted, "Vandals!"
That's right.
Yes.
That was very spontaneous. He just woke up and said, "Vandals!"
And away he went again.
It was like the 8th century church.
He never, ever stopped.
Never devolved.
Never devolved.
Dear Wallace and Gromit, here's something not to... Oh, is there someone on the phone here?
Yes,
hello,
too.
hello. Do that first. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jerry.
Is that Geordie?
That's myself.
Geordie, Mr. Coyle has expressed some interest in what your opinion would be as to what kind of weather this is that we're having. Apparently it's in a remarkably mild spell.
Well, it's coming in mild.
It's coming in mild, but it's not going to last long. Apparently it's going to finish sometime today.
Well, there'll be rain and hailstones.
There will be rain and hailstones. You forecast this?
And Rusty.
Pardon?
Rusty, my dog.
Rusty, your dog, yes?
He got the black one.
He's at the...
What?
What's he
He
saying?
got the black one.
The
What is
black
that?
fox.
Oh,
The black fox. Oh, the black fox.
Oh! You've got a black fox?
A black one.
A black fox? That's very unusual.
And, we were in one time, where was it?
I think...
Where all the things was.
All the things
Arable
was?
Tuss and you name it.
Europa Hotel, was it?
No, hey.
Oh, the museum.
Oh, where all the things are.
The Ulster,
It's a
the Ulster
museum,
Museum.
Ulster Museum,
Yes,
yeah,
the Ulster
yeah.
Museum. Yes?
Oh,
All
yes.
the bones and everything.
The old bones.
Yes, let me just explain what Geordie is referring to. He's not explaining himself too well. We went on a bus one time and we went to the Ulster Museum with some artefacts. We asked people to bring along things that they'd find at home that they thought was archaeologically or perhaps historically interesting. So we brought things along to the museum and experts looked at them and stuff like that. So, Geordie, what did you bring? You brought something, didn't you? You brought yourself.
I did.
But did you bring an object with you?
I did.
What was the object? I can't remember.
Purse.
A what?
A wee purse, a wee silver purse that the ladies used to...
That's right, yes. A kind of like a dance purse. The ones used to hold it when they were at a dance waiting for to be asked to dance, that kind of thing.
Waiting for it to be.
All right,
Waiting
then.
for it to be
All
done.
right. Anybody
For it
can
to
make a
be asked.
mistake.
Oh, it's
Looking for it to be-
waiting for it to be asked.
What are you, some kind of grammar?
Oh, you pull me up often enough, don't you? Waiting for it to be asked.
You're worse than me.
But Jerry, he made good money, the
Yes.
black fox.
Indeed, yes.
£100 I got for.
Oh, the black fox.
I got £100 for.
You got £100 for the black fox. Now,
Yes.
did you
And
kill?
Lord wee Rusty, he'll have a for a bone this evening.
How did you apprehend this black fox? How did you catch it?
I can smell an old fox.
Can you? Well, how did you get it?
What?
Did you trap it?
No.
What's
He went into a hole.
Am I down the wrong road here? Am I going down the wrong road
That's
here?
fine. The black fox went down a hole.
Tell me about the fox, the black fox. When
He
did
went
you
down a
first?
hole.
It went down a hole.
Okay, right. And Rusty,
And-
Rusty then
He trailed Rusty out.
he trailed Rusty out.
Uh-huh.
But you wouldn't.
But Rusty, his teeth are like a crocodile. You know the back of the area of the jugular vein.
Oh, stop. Yeah, okay.
And
Right.
Rusty held on. I was standing around Bessie and I said, Rusty, let him go.
Rusty responded to this, did he?
But he wouldn't let him go.
No. Well,
And
I'm
then
sure.
the big orange eyes just closed like that. And that was it.
That was it. The fox expired there and then.
Uh-huh.
So
And then when I lifted him and threw him over my shoulder, old Rusty was still hurling on them how to carry it to him home.
What a dogged dog.
Huh?
Right, so what a sight that is. That's I hope children can
You
picture
do
that.
not mess with Rusty.
A man with a dead red fox with a dog hanging onto its throat.
Ah.
That's something that we'll cherish. Thank you. Well, thank you,
What
Jordy.
about the time you were in the Rupa Hotel
What about it?
and you went down and the shutters were coming down?
What did you say? The what? were coming?
Strippers.
No, the shutters
Shutters, the shutters.
Shutters. Yes. Yes.
was coming down.
Yes.
And you says, a glass of vodka.
A glass of vodka. Yes, that sounds like me.
And he says, no, we're closed.
Yes.
And then you said, I'm Jerry Anderson.
I did not.
You did?
You did.
That's a lie. I
You did.
did not.
Yeah,
You
said,
did.
I'm Jerry Anderson, you know.
That's right.
I did. I
I'm
wouldn't do
staying
that.
here, you said. I'm a
I
resident.
might have said I'm a resident.
No, you said, I'm Jerry Anderson.
Yes, and what happened then, Jordan?
And then the man says, I don't care who you are, the Queen of England or the Pope of Rome, you're getting those.
That's a lie.
And you went off in a huff.
That's a black lie.
Ah,
A
you
dirty.
went off in a huff.
It's a calumny. That's a lie in front of the Lord. That's a lie. I would never do that. They would
No,
never.
you did.
They would never treat me like that. I practically live there.
I was there, I seen it.
All right
Listen,
then.
I want to know where the 100 quid came from.
Where did the 100 quid come from?
The Black Fox.
Who did you give it?
I got £100 for it.
From whom?
Ah,
From who? Who gave you £100 for it?
the Ulster Folk Museum.
Right. Thank you, George.
Bye, now. God bless. Give her a little week.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.